Alright, so I just had to get on the internet and make this video. Like, I couldn't go to sleep. Like, something came over me, and I was laying in my bed, and something told me, it just came to me. Something told me that my intuitive ability saw into this, that there's a good probability that Jessica Heeringa may have been alive up until around the time that Jeffrey Willis was arrested. So, the story is that Jessica Heeringa supposedly was kidnapped around April. Let me look it up. April 2013, right? So supposedly it was around April of 2013 that Jessica Heeringa was kidnapped. April 26, 2013. That's pretty coincidental considering that Jeffrey Willis was accused of kidnapping a girl in April of 2016. It's like whoever wrote the script like was using psychological tactics and stuff. And but never mind. But okay, so something woke me up and told me that Jessica Heeringa may have been alive up until around May of 2016 because the case of her being missing started in 2013, and then in May of 2016, uh, Jeffrey Willis was arrested for allegedly kidnapping the girl, and then in September, um, and he was charged with the Bletch case. After that, then in September of 2016, he was charged with the Heeringa case. And my final conviction on all this is that the people I haven't looked too deep into the Rebecca Bletch case, but my final conviction on this Heeringa case is that the people involved with the contract stalking, the gang stalking, these are the same people that were involved with the Heeringa case. And I was paying close attention to the Heeringa case. And between the time Jeffrey Willis was arrested and between the time that the girl was came up missing, and my question is, was she even at the ExxonMobil gas station to begin with? You know, but um, so between the time she was missing and between the time that Jessica Heeringa, well, no, I'm sorry, between the time that she went missing and between the time Jeffrey Willis was arrested, you know, I think there's a good probability she was alive that whole period. What I was going to say also was that the people who were contract stalking me and harassing me behind what happened to me, going to jail and all that stuff, I think these were the same people connected to all this stuff. And when I came out in May of 2015, when I beat gang stalking stuff, that's when Jeffrey Willis was arrested. And then in August of 2016, I was set up and arrested. And then Jeffrey Willis was charged with the Heeringa case. And there's no connection between me and Jessica Heeringa and me and Jeffrey Willis. I never seen Jeffrey Willis in my life until he came out on the internet. Until it wasn't until after I got out of jail that I started looking on the internet and finding out who Jeffrey Willis was. And then the Jessica Heeringa girl, I had never seen her before until I started seeing these wanted posters, or the missing posters. And so, like the whole time I was hiding in my house, thinking people were trying to kill me, people were sending me death threats, and the whole neighborhood was involved in this stuff with the street theater, with the black SUVs and all this crazy ass stuff. Jessica Heeringa was still missing at that same time. And the like the viciousness of what happened to me and the way it was covered up is the same viciousness that I could have seen what happened to Jessica Heeringa. And from 2013 to 2015, they were in control. Whoever was monitoring the Heeringa case, and like whoever these contract stalker people are that were involved with it, like they were in control of the case. And because Shelley Heeringa kept saying that the cops were sleeping under the rug and that the feds didn't care and stuff. And that's the same sort of thing I seen happen with me. Like nobody even gave a fuck, you know? And between 2013 and 2015, like whoever was in control of the thing, they knew what happened to Jessica Heeringa. They knew who took her or whatever happened, and they were manipulating the whole thing to cover it up, like my stuff. And you know, I think it's sad. I think it's really sad that Jessica Heeringa disappeared and nobody gave a fuck. Like, it's almost like fuck it. She disappeared. Jeffrey Willis is never getting out of prison. It doesn't matter who kidnapped her. We'll never, like, what the fuck are you talking about? It doesn't matter. There could be some homicidal fucking maniac on the loose running around kidnapping girls and torturing them. And, like, Jessica Heeringa could have been being held captive in some sort of fucking weird sex cult torture chamber or something, snuff film. Like, what the fuck? You know? Like, some fucking weirdos out on the loose running around kidnapping white blonde girls and stuff and torturing them and stuff. And it's like, what the fuck? So I don't believe Willis did that. You know, the Rebecca Bletch case, I don't know. I don't believe that Willis did that Heeringa case, though. And something came to me earlier and told me that something came to me earlier and told me that Jessica Heeringa was alive up until around the time Willis was arrested. And I think drugs were somehow involved. Not saying she was involved with the drugs, but drugs were somehow. But I think she could have been kidnapped for somebody's own pleasure, and the people who did it had such clout they covered it up. I don't know. I think I do. I think I know if Shelley Heeringa and the Heeringa family or the Willis family got together and talked about it, I think they might be able to figure it out. And I think one person who could really help them is a guy named Rob Gauthier from Kalamazoo, Michigan. And he does channeling, known as Treb channeling. And people can laugh all they want, but it was through Rob Gauthier's assistance that I found a lot of information about the real Jim Jones getting away and the missing children in Jonestown. And I was researching mind control and cults and serial killers. Majority of the stuff happening on the West Coast, but some of it happened in the New York area, like the D. Mau Mau murders and zebra, like old stuff that people forgot. And I used to figure stuff out and solve old stuff that happened because that's why I enjoyed doing it, was solving mysteries, conspiracies. And I think people can figure out what happened to Jessica. I really believe that. I think that somebody can figure it out. I think a good psychic. It's funny because Shelley Heeringa, Jessica's mom, you know, she reminds me a lot of my mother. Because if something like that would have happened to me, my mother would have been hysterical. My family members would have been like, they would have still been looking for me, you know. And I think we need to remain that way about Jessica. Like, we need to keep vigilant and realize that she could, you know, regardless if she's still around or not, you know, the answers are out there, you know. And as soon as I started Googling about the Willis case, somebody came over to my house and just went boom, boom, boom in the middle of the night on my door. Like they were trying to get me to come open the door, and I didn't know if it was the cops trying to frame me again, or it was like they had it set up where somebody wanted me to like get angry and come outside, and like the Nico Bull case where they shot that dude with the crossbow and all that stuff, like, you know. But I think it's punk shit that what they did to Jessica, that she just some 25 years old, you know, she's attractive, working at a gas station, and some punk motherfucker just comes along and she disappears. And I hope whoever did it, I hope they end up in the joint. Somebody whoops their fucking ass and throws them off a tier or something. That's what I hope. Because I think the same people who did that to her are the same people who are stalking me and harassing me and framing me.